Thanks for being with us tonight as we say goodbye to our colleague and our friend. It is so hard, and this is why.
My impression was prodigy. I mean, I had heard about this guy that had won major awards when he was in college, and he was this rising star.
And those two principals will share one completely refurbished building.
And then he got here and you start to see his work and you're like, oh, that's why.
Very professional, but young. He looked young, which I used to look too at one time.
But again, it's not that simple.
I could tell that he was really going to be successful. And I just felt like he took journalism seriously.
There's kind of a Kevin Bacon thing about Dan. All roads lead to Dan Winters. I mean, he can be doing an interview with somebody and they mention Independence, Iowa. Oh, my grandparents lived there and they had a hardware store in Independence, Clarinda. Oh, my parents, that's where I grew up, lived there for a while. It is amazing.
You ever get recognized? People want your autograph?
Anytime I think of WHO, Channel 13 back in the day, right? I mean, Dan was always here, so I don't even know a time working at the station without Dan Winters.
Dan was the very first anchor that I worked with when I came to Channel 13.
How do you feel? Are you making friends with the Mega Doppler? Are you getting used to
Yeah,
everything?
we're getting real friendly. It's been really active since I've started.
And I remember I was just like starstruck the whole time. So like I couldn't turn this job down. I mean, it just seemed so fantastic and Dan was so charming.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody.
How would you describe him to people who only know him as WHO 13's Dan Winters?
You know, in a lot of ways, it's the same person. I mean, the best people on TV are the ones who are real and the same person.
Well, here's the thing. We worked together at Channel 8. People were like, oh my gosh, Erin, it is like we hired your husband's little brother. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? They're like, wait till you meet him. He and Michael are so similar, and they are. And I think that's one of the reasons Dan and I click so well.
What's the line again?
I wish we could show all the stuff that we had, in commercial breaks. As we've often said, it'd probably be a bigger rating for commercial break.
It's just been a ball. It has been so fun.
What they said when they thought no one was going to hear it.
Because he has a serious role as a news anchor, they may not know how funny he is or how entertaining he could be. He could do like stand-up. But he is a really funny guy.
Plus how close Sailorville Lake is.
Sometimes I worry, like, is he going to be able to come out of the Ron Burgundy when we come back?
He has these like impressions he does, and it's just like, where did this come from?
A little girl was playing at school when she lost the device she needs.
She probably gets it cut in Washington, D.C.
For us to do things like the attack ads, they're like, what is happening? But it's fun.
It was surreal to see Bachman leave because we had worked together for so long. But Dan is one of those people who, he and I had always been friends since I've known him, but we've become so close. It's been such an honor to work with somebody who you care for, you love.
The family-like atmosphere with Ed and Keith, I mean, there's just no denying it.
Wait, say what word you were going to use.
I think Dan could sense that was all going to be a help for him. I mean, he knew he could trust you.
It's just one of those relationships that, you laugh together, you cry together, and that just creates a bond that just is so unique.
Spring has officially arrived, so of course we're talking about chances for snow.
Sure, right?
Dan and Erin made such a good team together because they trusted each other. And there's something to that that's like, it's a partnership.
Police call this a hit and run just before 4 o'clock today.
Sometimes when you're out there without a script and details are coming into your ear and you're trying to piece it together and you don't want to say anything before you should, Dan was good at that. He was good in a news crisis, which is what you want from your anchor.
Dan is actually one of the reasons I came to work at WHO 13. So why is he leaving me here?
And I will want to point out to you that he immediately turned gray as soon as he left working with me. I think there's a reason for that.
Dan has had a great 10 years. You've had more. The only thing I've noticed about Dan is that after 10 years of co-anchoring with you, he's gotten some gray hair.
Authentic. He is who you see. When you meet him at the grocery store, he's the same person.
Goofy, right? I mean, that's seriously what I think of him. Just fun.
Throwback. I think of Dan as like somebody that would have been just perfectly at home on My Three Sons.
Retro.
You're retro, yeah, retro.
Gosh, this is hard.
It is hard, the one word thing.
Character. He has character because not only is he kind and caring for you, but then he can turn on the jokes.
He is sincere. He cares so much. Not just about doing a good job, he cares about the people whose lives we are reporting on.
It's one of those things that you want to be the bigger person and say, I'm so happy for you, but just selfishly, you know, you just want someone by your side who's as talented and cares as much about doing a good job.
He's the youngest of the four of us, so the thought didn't cross my mind that he would be the one to break up the foursome.
Man, I wish you the best. It's going to be so much fun to see what you do next.
I'm sad for us. Very sad.
I've been so proud of him, and I've told him that. You know, if I could have chosen a successor, it would have been somebody who loved Iowa, who grew up in Iowa, who loved journalism, who loved family. I mean, it kind of fit the bill, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Nobody gets that. Nobody leaving a job gets that. Or
Sure they do.
this, the
wall of
the
Dan.
Channel 13 Hall of Pride, right? This is unbelievable. And unbelievable is the only word I can come up with to describe my experience here over the last 18 years and working with these dear, dear, dear friends. When I was a little boy, this is what I wanted to do. And I got to do it.
You did it well.
God has
absolutely
poured out more blessings than I'll ever be able to count into this building and through all of you. And through all of you, thank you to each of you. Gosh, I didn't prepare anything to say. Boy, I probably should have.
You're saying it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
You can really change the narrative by announcing you're staying.
Yes.
Do you just want
news.
You just want a headline for social media.
Breaking news.
Actually, you know what? So one thing comes to mind. And it's something that a pastor friend of mine always says. And he says, God doesn't love all of us. God loves each of us in very specific ways. He loves us the ways in which we need to be loved. You guys have loved me in such incredibly specific ways and in times that I've just needed it so desperately. And so many of you have too. So I want to thank, not all of you, but I want to thank each of you very specifically for the specific things you've done that have made me a better person and improved my life. I can't imagine.
So many people out there are thinking the same thing.
If I had,
Two-lane road.
if you told me to go dream up the best case scenario for my life, I would never have dared to even think of this.
I think your life's about to get better too.
Yeah.
We're proud of you.
Yes.
And we love
Takes guts.
Guess what? We're not going to leave you.
And they're not going to leave you. You,
that's
all
true.
of us. Me, I get to go on this side. I get to be the viewer. I get to cheer for you guys like I always have. And you get the best team in America.
Will you call me when my tie looks like this?
I promise.
Please? Okay, good.
Thank you. Good night. Bring it in. Come on, you guys.
Group hug.
That was well done, man. That was great.